In a shocking and somewhat unexpected turn of events, the Pittsburgh Steelers have officially made their quarterback decision for the 2024 NFL season. And in doing so, they've made their plans clear to the fans. What was once a murky situation has suddenly become much clearer, leaving everyone wondering what's next for the franchise. Let's break down the latest developments. On Friday, the Steelers welcomed none other than Aaron Rodgers to their training facility, sparking immediate speculation. After spending a considerable amount of time discussing potential plans with the team's coaching staff and front office, it quickly became apparent that Rodgers is the primary candidate to take over as Pittsburgh's starting quarterback. His visit lasted several hours, and reports indicate that it was a productive and positive meeting between the two sides. Given the circumstances, it seems increasingly likely that Rodgers, a seasoned quarterback with a history of success in the NFL, is at the top of the Steelers' wish list for the coming season. For weeks, there had been murmurs that the Steelers could opt to bring back Russell Wilson, the quarterback who played with them during the 2024 season. At first glance, this seemed like a feasible option. Wilson had a decent showing with Pittsburgh last year, completing 63.7% of his passes for 2,482 yards, 16 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions. In addition, he added a nice boost with his legs, rushing for 155 yards and picking up 2 more touchdowns on the ground. With star wideouts like DK Metcalf and George Pickens on the roster, Wilson could have been set up for another solid campaign. However, despite these positive aspects, the latest reports suggest that the idea of re-signing Wilson is no longer in the cards for the Steelers, and that his future with the team is now in serious doubt. NFL insider Tom Pelissero weighed in on the situation during a recent appearance on The Rich Eisen Show. When asked about Wilson's future in Pittsburgh, Pelissero stated that while anything could happen, he would be very surprised to see Russell Wilson return to the Steelers. His comments added a layer of finality to the situation, with Pelissero explaining that the Steelers have clearly shifted their focus toward landing Aaron Rodgers as their new starting quarterback. In fact, Pelissero went so far as to suggest that Wilson was no better than the third option for Pittsburgh at this point. The Steelers' decision to move away from Wilson now seems clear, and the team is actively pursuing a different direction for their quarterback position. In addition to Pelissero's comments, ESPN's Adam Schefter also shared insight into the situation. Schefter reported that Rodgers' visit to Pittsburgh was a significant one. After spending approximately 6 hours at the Steelers' training facility, Rodgers met with coaches and had discussions about the team's future and how he could fit into their plans. Sources say that the visit went well and that both Rodgers and the Steelers are maintaining communication as they continue to explore the possibility of a deal. For the Steelers, this is an important moment in their franchise history. They're on the verge of making a potentially franchise-altering decision. While the team had hoped to build around Wilson for another year, it now seems that Aaron Rodgers' presence in Pittsburgh could provide the team with the leadership and experience needed to make a deep playoff run. If the two sides can come to an agreement, the Steelers will add one of the most talented quarterbacks of this era to their roster However, this news also raises the question of what's next for Russell Wilson. If he's not going to be back in Pittsburgh, where could he end up? According to sources, there are a couple of teams that have been closely connected to Wilson over the past few days. One of the most notable possibilities is the Cleveland Browns, with the Browns looking to make a splash at the quarterback position and their continued struggles with consistency at the position. Wilson could provide them with a steady veteran presence. Another team heavily mentioned in connection with Wilson is the New York Giants. With the Giants looking to improve their offense, particularly their passing attack, adding a quarterback like Wilson could be a game changer for the team. As the offseason continues to unfold, both Wilson and the Steelers now face uncertainty. Wilson, once thought to be the long-term solution in Pittsburgh, will likely be on the move, and the Steelers are looking to turn the page and bring in a new signal caller to lead the team. Whether it's Aaron Rodgers or another quarterback, the Steelers are determined to find someone who can lead them back to playoff contention and beyond. Ultimately, this situation reflects the ever-evolving nature of the NFL and how quickly things can change. The Steelers' decision to focus on Aaron Rodgers over Russell Wilson signifies a shift in their approach and their belief that a change at quarterback could help push them back into championship contention. As for Wilson, his next destination will be closely watched, and it won't be long before we know where he will land for the upcoming season. For now, Pittsburgh fans can rest assured that the team is making moves to solidify their future at the quarterback position, with the potential addition of Aaron Rodgers making waves throughout the league. Stay tuned